Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle, and we are going to do something I've never done before. What's new, right? All right. So, I have got this big bag of polyfill from when I was doing a lot of sewing. And I got bored with that, and, you know, I've moved on. So, we're going to use that today in this project in this, but that's all I'm going to tell you. So you're going to have to watch to find out what I'm going to be using that for. So this is the little dome mold, and we are going to pour this in clear to start with. And let me get some tape because I can see I got something in there. And it is so hard when you have gloves on. All right, so make sure this is... So when you're pouring this mold, guys, just so you know, you don't want the resin to come through these holes. I don't know if you can see it. See the little line right there? That's where you want your resin to stop in order to have a nice flat bottom, because it's going to go into this piece. So I'm not going to clip it because I'm going to pour some of it before I put that on. I'm not going to try and pour it all through those little holes because we're going to be here all dang day. Yeah. So I've seen people doing it and they got a pipette, and I'm like, dude, just like pour some in and then top it off. All right, so that is, so this one's going to be clear. This one is going to be black, but I'm going to put the interference violet in it. So hopefully it gives a purpley hue to that. So I've separated, because each one of these pieces take 2 ounces. So I've got 2 ounces. This one's just a little over 2. And then I have 2.5 ounces because we're going to mix that with white. I'm just going to pour a circle. We're going to let it get to the point where I can lift it off without it dripping. And we are going to drape it over this and make some little ghost. So I saw Julie on Pouring Your Heart Out make some cute little ghost. So I'm like, oh, I want to try that. So this was the project for today. So I figured I would just mix up a little extra and we'll try it and see how it turns out. So let's get this one going first, because this one's just going to be clear. So let me set this over here. Yeah, because that's the 2.5. This is the 2. All right, so let's put that on that so I know what that's for. And then this is the 2. So we are going to spray some alcohol in there. I did run this through the debubbler because I don't want any bubbles in this if possible. Am I even doing it right? Why is that like not looking like that's even enough? Maybe this was 4 and that was 2. All right, so I'm just gonna let this kind of drip in this cup. And I'm gonna scrape this out. So I might have miscalculated. Just fine, I'll just mix up some more. And this is just the Let's Resin epoxy resin. All right, so do I have something written on here? No, that one's just, this has got to be 4. Let's see, yeah, because we're only halfway there. All right, so I will have to mix up some more for my ghost, I think. Let me just... And now I got just a smidge too much. I'm just gonna hold it over there as I make a mess. What's new, pussycat? You guys know by now, I am the mess queen. I am. All right, let me get something to wipe my mess. Oh my word. All right, so let's... I'm just gonna let that settle down and see where we're at. Oh, we've definitely got too much in there. So much for taking the bubbles out, guys. All right, I'm just gonna set that there. And we're gonna take out... So maybe I was right and it was 2, but I didn't pop it down all the way. Whoa, I saved it. Oh, but I didn't save this part. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Wow. So yeah, here we are, another supposed quick video. Turn disaster in 2.2 minutes. Oh, Lordy. All right, I'm gonna put you on a pause while I clean this mess up and I will be back. All right, so I cleaned up my mess. I poured just a little bit more in and it is full. We might have to clean up some of the, those ridges, but it's not gonna matter as much for this piece because it's not going to be like a snow globe or anything like that. So it doesn't have to be 100% flat. All right. Whoa, what a mess. All right, I'm gonna move our hat because we're gonna do something with that after too. So let me see if we have any extra in here. I can scrape, not really. All right, so we're gonna put that over there. All right, so let's get some black mixed up in here. So guys, this is what with those pieces that I made, this is what I use them for. So I have my sticks there. I have my silicone, my scissors. So I need to make a smaller one now for some other little things. But yeah, that's what I did with those. So I figured I would show you. All right. So just gonna mix that up. And I don't need a ton, I don't believe. I just wanna, so I'm just pretty much like what's on the stick. So I'm gonna stir that. Just want to get that all off my stick and mixed in really, really good. All right, that I think is gonna be good. It's not 100% like opaque, but I think it's gonna do the trick. All right, let me grab another paper towel because, you know, today I've been the paper towel queen. So yeah, that's your laugh for the day, guys. I'm glad I could help. Oh, all right. So I want a good scoop. So that's kind of what I'm putting in. And let's get this mixed and see what we get for a purple shimmer. Oh, guys, look at that. That is cool. All right. Yep, that's going to be exactly what I want. So let me, because I'm a klutz today, we're going to cover everything as we go because we know what's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to try and remember to spray my and I'm going to run my finger in there to try to get that alcohol down in there. So the black is, you can see the black coming off my fingers from the alcohol. That's fine because we're pouring black in there. All right, so let's get, and I just found a sticky spot on my table that I missed. So I'm gonna pour like half of it. And wow, guys, I am not seeing any bubbles this time. Remember the last time that I poured this, I had so many bubbles? I am like not seeing any in there. And there's no way that this one is taking 2 ounces. Nope, there's no way, because this is almost full. So I'm just wiping the resin so I can see if I do see any bubbles. All right, let's just take one of these and kind of just go around just to make sure. Just trying to get them to dislodge. Sorry if my head's in the way, guys. So it definitely helps when you're pouring a color because you can literally see in there. All right, I think we're good. So I'm just gonna spray that. And I'm gonna move this out of my way because we all saw what almost just happened, right? And got a little too much. think we still got just a little bit too much. Just scoop out. I want it domed, but I don't want it like running over. Because we're going to be drilling a hole in this piece. All right. So we're going to leave that there. So let's mix some white up. I might have enough white with this to do what I'm going to do because they're just going to be 2 circles. And I don't know how much I'm going to need, so... And then I got to try and remember to check it so I can catch it on time before it sets up too much. All right, so let's... So, all right, so this is just a coaster mold, and I took a sandwich bag and cut it in half. And I just separated it and just put it in there. So it doesn't have to be completely smooth on the bottom because we're going to be draping it over our little silicone plugs. So there's a little bit of clear in there. I just want to get that mixed up. All right, so let me just start with, because now because I have extra purple, I just had another idea. All right. So one might have a little bit more white than the other. And maybe they'll have the same amount. All right. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just run a little bit around the outside edge. And that might be too much. All right, so with this one, I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit on the outside. That interference powder is definitely making a pretty color. So I don't know if these are gonna, if it's gonna run in or what it's gonna do, but I should have probably done one like this and one regular, but you know me. If I'm gonna screw it up, I'm gonna screw them both up. All right. I want them to be have some substance of thickness, but not too much. All right. So I have got an ounce of this gorgeous purple. And I thought I was going to have to make up more resin, and now I have extras. Let me see. What do I have? All right. You know what we're going to do? Hang on. I am going to grab another bag. And we're going to cut just down the sides. All right, so let me move these out of my way. So I am going to try to make two circles, but then we're going to try to shape them maybe into a hat or something. So I'm just gonna, in worst case scenario, you can always make some purple ghost. All right, I'm just trying to get some of the little wrinkles. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna pour a little circle. And I know it's gonna spread thin. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. I don't know. We're just playing here, guys. We'll see if this works. If I can catch it in the right stage, that is going to be the key. That is definitely going to be the key. And I'm afraid if I try to pour another one that if they spread, they're going to run into each other. I should have moved that one down a little bit, but maybe we'll just pour a little bit more in here. And I don't want like a perfect circle. So we'll just... All right, I guess. That drop just gave me an idea, guys. I was thinking, too bad we couldn't shape them and make like Christmas balls. Oh, hang on. Little bats. And I'll just have to cut the plastic. Let me put those up here more. That one looks more like a bird. So we might as well make it a feathery. And we'll make him a bird. All right, let's see if we can make another bat. That might have just been my good luck. Oh, well, I don't know what this is going to be, but I'm sure we can use it for something. So I do have to put something, like a stick or something underneath, just so that it doesn't continue to run and go all over my table. Because this was an afterthought, so. Alrighty, guys, so I'm going to come back and check in about an hour or two to check on these. As soon as they are ready and pliable, then I'll come back on and I'll show you how we're gonna finish these guys off. Alrighty, guys, I will be back in a little bit. Alrighty, guys, we're back. These are cured. I missed my window with my other things and they got too hard, so that was a fail. I filmed it, but it was 15 minutes of me just struggling, and I'm like, that's just going to make this video way too long. So I did somewhat kind of make some hats, but they're still pretty tacky. So yeah. All right. I have got to find, let me just try to zoom in a little bit. I've got to try to find another flower mold like this, because these flowers come out perfect every time. They just do. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get this unmolded. And let's hope and pray that we have no bubbles. None, none, none. And I don't know which way I'm going to put this. I think I'm going to put it like this, but I will see here in a minute. No, I'm going to have to put it the other way. And of course, there are some little bubbles on that little side. But look at the color of this, how pretty that is. So, it just got a little bit of cleanup, nothing much. And of course, is my depurring tool in there. Of course, the one thing that I need that I did not put in my thingy, but it's right here. All right, so let me just get this cleaned up a smidge. Because once I put this together, I don't want to have to be cleaning that up. All right, so let's get this piece off. And hopefully I did not completely over pour. And because of all my mishaps, hopefully there's no bubbles. Come on. I really didn't want to put alcohol down in there if I didn't have to. So see how we have a nice clean edge once I get all this crap off here. But see, we have no little doohickey things sticking up where these were. So I could have actually gone just a smidge higher, but that is totally fine. All right. I'm like, why is that not releasing? Well, because I got resin everywhere when I did my flip over. All right, so let me get some soapy water. The soapy water doesn't work as good as the alcohol, but sometimes the alcohol leaves a sticky residue. So I definitely try and use the soapy water. Ugh. But you got to be careful because those edges are sharp, guys. All right. I am going to have to pull this close to my body. I'm going to have to go off camera for a minute. So I got to break that seal down more. Gosh, I don't remember this being this difficult last time. And it's so thick I can't get it to roll. All right, we're spraying some alcohol in here. Because the alcohol just seems to squirt right to the bottom. Look at that. See how much easier that is? Yeah. But let me get that wiped up now. All right. There's a few little bubbles there, but overall, oh, there's another one there. So there is a few, but they're not big ones, and I don't think we're going to see them with the next part. So let me get my mold out of my way here. And let me clean some of this crap. All right, so I wanted to put it like this so that I could hide this underneath. But if we did it this way, this could sit in the bottom, because you guys still don't know what I'm doing with the foam yet. Anybody got any guesses? All right, so let's get our little lights untangled here. So if I do it this way, then I'm not going to glue the top down. All right, so let's get my fiber fill stuff out. All right, I'm gonna zoom you back out here so you can kind of see. All right, so that might be a bit much. All right, we're just gonna put some aside. And I want this piece sticking down here. And I'm just gonna fold and lay these in here. Now, I did see somebody do it on a different page. I can't remember the page and I couldn't find it, but it wasn't done with this. It was done with like a pre-made like dome lid that's screwed on or whatever. So that I got the inspiration from that, but I just chose to. All right, we've got to have enough that it hides our lights, but the lights should still kind of show through. If you get my drift. All right, so let's take this and we're gonna pack that in there. I'm going to have to redo this because I'm going to drill a hole, but I just want to see if it's going to give me the look. Look how cool. So then we're going to put it like that. I'm going to put some eyes on it. And I'm going to put a little hat, and it's going to be a little ghost light, a little witchy ghost. So, all right. So now I gotta do this all over again, but I know it's going to work. And I'm almost thinking I want it this way. And then I could put, I don't know, we could put some UV glitter around there or something. All right, so I've got to drill a hole for my lights to fit through. So I'm going to have to untangle them all again. I didn't think this out, guys. I should have, like, made my hole before, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work because I've never done this. So I want, let's see. So we're going to put it right about here. So let me turn this on. Why this is down here instead of on this, I don't know. I need to find a new drill that has one on here. I should have put a bigger bit, but I didn't. Let's see if the lights will fit through. And they do. Now, do I want it this way? This side looks prettier, but this side's just going to make more sense. So this is the way we're gonna, this is the way we're going. So you could put it either way And I didn't want my hole to be that big. So I'm just untwirling them. And I was glad that I had some multicolored ones left instead of just the white lights. Come on. I mean, this is the longest part right here. You know, once we get all lights through, then it's just kind of tucking them in there again. And all right, so let's just shove that under there for now. And we'll just move this aside so we can take all of our batten. And I don't need any dried resin pieces or paper in there. All right, so I am gonna kind of fold them in half and then kind of fold them in half again and just kind of lay them in here. And this stuff is so like fluffy, you can use a lot of it. So it's a good way to hide the wires in these little lights. And then we're just gonna roll this up, kind of tuck in the the fuzzies in. And let's fill this little bugger right up solid. All right. I might have just a smidge too much of the fuzzies here. Let's take a little out of the bottom. Because I've got to still be able to glue this and get this down. So I'm trying to like fold it inward. Maybe if I did it this way. Here we go. So that is going to be our little ghost. So, how to get him glued down? I am thinking E6000 for like the long term, but then tacking it with the UV resin. And all right, let me get my E6000. All right, first of all, let me try to shave some of this little lip off. Which I should have done beforehand. But hey, where's the fun in doing it the easy way? Or the way that makes more sense. All right, so try to why is this? It always seems to plug up at the end. There we go. So I'm trying to not get it toward too much on the outside. Ugh. And that's what I was afraid of. All right, so that's why we're gonna have to do something around the edge. All right, I'm just gonna wipe off some of this extra. All right, so let me get some of my bond. So I'm still having pressure on this. I'm hoping and praying this works, guys, because if not, we just made a mess. So I'm going to do a small section at a time. And I got glue in my bottle. So I'm going to do some on the back side. I'm going to try to get like a couple of places tacked down so that I can at least let go of it to finish getting the UV on there. Just tip it. And then I will find something to put around this base to give it a little something something. All right, got a little bit left over here. All right, I got it almost, I got one more little section to do here. And it's not really centered, but that's okay. Now, if I would have put it the other way, it probably would have been a little bit easier, but I just figured this would give a cuter look. I don't know. So then I got to figure out where let me glue this down. All right. I want it so that it's going to be easy to get to the, like the on-off switch. There, like that. All right. So let's get this tacked down in a couple of places. All right. And we're just going to put a little bit of the E6000 underneath this. Just like that. All right. So all right, so there's a little bit more light showing over here. So let me get my black marker. Let me get a baby wipe and wipe my sticky because I got my finger in a little bit of that, so I want to wipe it. All right. So let's figure out where I want to put the hat, which is going to cover the bubbles. All right, so let's do right here and right there. So this will probably take a couple of coats, guys. Maybe I should have used my Sharpie. And let's see. Do we just make a circle for the mouth? All right. I'm going to let that dry. Let's tack the hat on. It'd help if I had the right spot. All right, let me get my Sharpie and see if that makes a difference. If I can find my Sharpie. Oh, here it is. All right. I didn't want this to take too long. So that's our little lighted ghost that you can just turn on and off very easily. I'm gonna let that dry. All right, so let's see. All right, let's get some rhinestones. And let's do, I don't know if I have enough purple. Oh, good, I have another container of purple, so we're good. We're good. So let me get my, my liquid fusion. So this is what I use, and I just put it in a little bottle like this. I'm going to actually switch my bottle because I have one that has a bigger like long needle type thing, so I want to put it in there, but for now it's going to work. All right, so because the base was originally purple, so let's just go with that. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out, make a little line. I mean, the stuff dries fairly quick, but you do need to, you know, get it on there somewhat quickly. You don't want it to set up before. What is wrong with my pencil? Hang on, I'm getting my other one. That one is just not working. There we go. So I'm going to get this row in, then I'll go through and make sure that they're all lined up somewhat even. And then I'll just do another section. I know tomorrow I have got to dye my hair and cut it because my bangs are hanging in my face like a shaggy dog. See, and as I go around, the space is going to get bigger, but it's fine. It's my first one, so, you know, now I kind of, I'm trying to think of some sort of like a mesh that I could like shove in the bottom, so when I go to close it, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep these to the outside edge, just so it looks even all the way around, even though there's a little bit bigger gap in the back. Because it's the back, nobody's going to see it. Ooh. And then I'll just take my tweezers or whatever, and I'll just kind of, I just want them at the edge. Just use this to because I wasn't going to be able to sleep if I didn't get this done tonight. Because it's been all day. After like 4 hours, I came down and popped this into the my Let's Resin curing machine. And so I could get this done because I did not want to have to wait until morning. Because on the nights that I have a hard time sleeping, it's either because I have a project that's not done, or I have to do a project and I don't know what to do. And my mind just can't stop at that point. So, I'm like, I am not going through that. I am going to sleep. I couldn't tell if that was glue or if it was like the UV resin, so I had to stick my tool in it. But it was glue. All right, so we have one little spot left. And that is looking good. All right, so I should be able to just finish this right to the end. Come on. So I just want to thank all of you guys who have subscribed to my channel. I never in a million years would have thought that I was 50 away from 2,000 subscribers. And I think it's been 5 months since I've started making videos. So it just, you guys don't even know how much I appreciate that. Because when I first started, you know, I said, well, you know, I'll do a few videos and just kind of see. Nobody's going to want to watch. And I have just been blown away. I just, yeah, it's beyond what I expected. And I so appreciate each and every one of you guys. You don't even know. So when we get to 2,000, we are going to do a giveaway. I don't know what yet, but we will do a giveaway. Alrighty, guys. So this is our finished little ghost. I will work on his eyes and his mouth a little bit more. I might add some little details to his hat, but I don't want to keep this, you know, too much longer. So I will end it here and I will show you guys some final pictures. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.